And nowadays, an iPad is probably one of the best purchases that you can make if you're somebody that needs to get work done on the go. I still stand by that to this day, and that applies to me as well. While I think that the iPad Air is the overall better purchase for the money from a value standpoint, I really like my iPad Pro and the 12.9-inch model for that matter. As somebody that has to do a lot of editing, but still had to edit most of my content at home and primarily uses a Windows machine with Resolve to edit, can I say that the M1 iPad Pro was worth it? Was it worth it all in the end? Let's dive in. Now this video is sponsored by EKLIPSE. EKLIPSE is an AI-powered video clip highlighting and editing platform to help game streamers and content creators achieve their goal of going viral on the internet. Now, with just a single click, you can activate this powerful AI tool in order to extract and create perfectly curated clips and montages of all of your epic gaming moments. EKLIPSE makes life easy for streamers by compiling multiple clips from stream. The process is simple. Simply paste your stream's URL in the box and the AI tool does the rest. And then just edit the highlighted clip via the built-in editing suite, but you can also convert your clips into reels/shorts for your social media platforms. And the best part, EKLIPSE is 100% free to use. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is just go ahead and create an account and then connect it to your Twitch, YouTube gaming, Facebook gaming accounts, etc. EKLIPSE will then just import streams from the last 14 days, choose a stream, and then click on the highlights button to create your highlights in an instant. Additionally, the next time that you stream, EKLIPSE will just automatically load and process your streams after you're done streaming, and no extra straps required at all. So some of the coolest features here are going to be weekly montage, which are going to be based on the AI tool that's going to pick out the best moments from your streams throughout the week and then create highlight clips. And then you can create your own short form videos for TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Reels. And you can go ahead and create and edit a split video within both Facecam and in both game footage, and you also get full screen support. Now you can use Split to edit in-game footage and Facecam footage in the same window. On the other hand, full screen allows you to resize your game feed according to your requirement. Above all, the feature can be accessed through both desktop and mobile browser, therefore increasing accessibility for streamers. And with the advent of EKLIPSE, gone are the days of trying to find the most epic portions of your streams to share online. So with the click of a button, this AI tool will do the job for you, leaving you more time to game and to rack up your epic gaming moments. So links to EKLIPSE down below. And thanks again for sponsoring this video. The exterior design consists of metal and glass. This device has a very premium look to it, and I think that it still looks great to this day. The nearly bezel-less design of the front has aged very well, and I anticipate that it will take another generation or two before they start changing this particular aspect. The aluminum portion, which is most of the body, is very nice and sleek, though maybe just a little bit too simple for some people. This device has a sleep-wake button, volume controls, and a SIM card slot for my particular unit, and this is actually a very important feature for me to have around for when I'm traveling and I need to do things like, for example, use Google Keep online and use a web browser to do research and that kind of thing. Like, this is actually a really nice feature to have around. And overall, I think that this is a great design, and the magnetic slot for the Apple Pencil on top is still a very welcome addition. This device features a beautiful 12.9-inch 2048 by 2732 4x3 mini LED display. This display was kind of overhyped by some people as being OLED-like, but it is still very good. It gets really bright, it looks really good, and the colors look very natural. This display is fantastic for photo editing, drawing, animating, video editing, just anything that can be color sensitive. But even for consuming content or gaming, you will have a very pleasant experience. Watching content on this display is great, but because of the aspect ratio, you probably will be seeing black bars through most of that content that you will consume. But when it comes to games, you do get a more complete experience since it fills out the entire screen. This device has aged very well, or I should say, this display really has aged very well, and I absolutely love it. So was it overhyped? I definitely think so, but I wasn't disappointed when I got this device, as it felt like a real upgrade over my 11-inch 2018 iPad Pro from before. So the speakers are most likely the best that you're going to find on any tablet, and probably even on most laptops. These get very loud and sound rich. so why not have a listen? I mean, I have used them for editing before, but not when working on making sure that the audio is exactly as it should be. So I wouldn't use these for audio monitoring, but if you trust your audio to already be good, then these speakers are definitely good enough. Anyway, here is a sample. Retro Pocket 2 a few months ago, and decided not to review it because I did not want to go through the troublesome process of actually navigating the Android UI here without a touchscreen, and I actually really ended up not liking this device whatsoever. And now when it comes to must-have accessories, I have the Apple Pencil, obviously. This is a fantastic tool if you need true precision while doing your work. It's very difficult to match in terms of its performance, and battery life for it is also very good. I wouldn't go for any third-party solutions, honestly. This is just a great buy, even if it is ridiculously expensive, in my opinion. Another must-have accessory is actually this keyboard case from Bridge that turns my iPad Pro into a MacBook Pro. It offers a chiclet-style keyboard with a decent amount of travel, but the trackpad itself is what's really cool about this accessory. It's a glass trackpad, a giant one at that, and gestures work great with it. Now, iPadOS still has rather shoddy trackpad support. Now, let's talk about performance in gaming. So this is where this device excels greatly. I don't play this game very often or at all, but I tested out Genshin Impact to see just how it's holding up for gaming to this day. And I was not surprised to see that it is still an absolute monster for gaming. You get high frame rate thanks to the 120 Hz display over here, and as long as the game that you're playing supports it, you're going to have a great time with it, to be quite frank. But regardless, I found that I just don't want to game on the iPad, and that I personally just want to see how it really does for productivity. So we're going to be moving on to that section right now. Performance in things like video editing is still absolutely stellar. Now, I use LumaFusion to edit, and I do regret that it doesn't have a stabilizer, but that's the only thing that I miss, since I feel like this is such a great and complete solution for on-the-go editing. But it still isn't the tool that real professionals should use, since it's missing a lot more features that something like Final Cut and Resolve would already have. So it's more so like a prosumer tool than anything. But this is such a great one too. On this device, I can edit 4K videos of just about any length without having to be concerned about stutters at all. Performance is very clean, but I still admit that for a good while now, I have mostly been using my iPad for typing up scripts and doing research with Keep, so I don't take advantage of its prowess all that often anymore due to my current circumstances. So when it comes to animation on this tablet, I also have a really good time. I love what I can do with it, since Procreate is such a powerful tool for stills, but it's also really good for animation. I've done minor things here and there to catch up with my workstation work on the go, but this has been the ideal device for getting that done. There are lower-end iPads that can still manage great things though, including animation, so it's not like you need to spend this much to get that experience, but that doesn't change that this device is so good for creating artwork and animating, especially for 2D animating. So battery life is really good too. That being standby battery life, because it will easily last days if that's the case. But while in use, I have seen that the battery on this device has certainly deteriorated a bit. It's just not the same that it was last year when I bought this tablet, but I would say about 4 hours of use is fairly accurate depending on what you're doing. It's not bad at all, but it's not what it was just a year ago, in all fairness. So to conclude this video, I still absolutely love my iPad Pro, and I do not regret buying it. Sometimes, however, I kind of do, because I already have devices to get work done in, and since I'm not always in the position to edit on the go, it just becomes kind of a glorified typing machine. So sometimes I do kind of regret buying it, since it feels like maybe I didn't need all of that. But for those times where the performance boost comes in handy, it's hard to argue that this device makes for a fantastic secondary editing machine. In 2022, I still think that this is a great purchase, and if it goes on a decent discount when the M2 models start coming out, then this will be an even crazier value that would be worth keeping an eye on. So was it all worth it? I'd say so. Not always, but often enough that I would say yes. So thank you so much for watching this video all the way up until the very end. It is always appreciated. And now I am going to be leaving affiliate links to everything that I mentioned in this video, including the iPad, the keyboard case that I'm using, and the Apple Pencil down below. If you were to use those, then I would really appreciate it, actually. It would really go a long way. So thank you. And I also want to give a very special thanks to all of our patrons, beginning with the tier 3s, whom are going to be Aaliyah and Omar. Thank you so much for all of your support, because it really does go a long way. And I want to give another good thanks to the rest of the patrons, the tier 2s that are going to be right here. Thank you so much for everything, guys, because again, it all goes a very long way, so thank you. Now do make sure to follow me on Twitch, where I do stream every now and then. Lately I've been streaming a little bit more, so feel free to stop by and ask me questions live. I'm always happy to talk to you guys. And also on Instagram, feel free to follow me there, where I post every so often. So with that said, this has been Francisco from Tech Summit. Thank you for watching, and I will be seeing you all later. Enjoy.